How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout. I am your host, FaZe Crypto, and I think the real question right now, when it revolves around Bitcoin, is not a question of if, it's a question of when. I think we've reached a pivotal breaking point with the global state of affairs as things are currently unfolding that can really physically never be undone. It's a concerning time as well as an opportunistic time. And my theory at this point is in regards to speaking on retail of Bitcoin, I think that the day of the average person being able to own a full Bitcoin is going to swiftly be a time of the past. I can easily imagine now, especially with the fact that a lot of people are experiencing the economic impact of the obvious nature of what we've been seeing unfold. And of course, the $6,000 is harder to come by now than it was just a few months ago. So I want to read this off to you because, of course, we did have at that $3,000 level, and now we're at a point where there's actually more people who are full coiners than ever before. But one of the biggest sentiments as of late is that Bitcoin is being sold off in droves, that people are too worried about the economic conditions they're facing and are looking to retain as much cash as possible. One of the ways of doing this is by selling all speculative assets to retain the money they need to survive and stay healthy. But other news sources are reporting something different. Recently, Live Bitcoin News reported that many crypto exchanges and trading platforms are witnessing a surge in new Bitcoin investors and trading enthusiasts. Exchanges like Kraken, Paxful, and Luno have all said the number of new customers they've garnered have expanded healthily over the past week, which may be why Bitcoin is suddenly on the rise in terms of price. For the most part, it looks like Bitcoin is once again being labeled quote-unquote safe haven by investors and analysts alike. The question of whether Bitcoin is a quote safe haven asset has waged for years, and some have even compared it with the likes of gold. Though not everyone is a believer, analysts say the current epidemic has caused several people's attitudes to change about crypto. So the newly updated jobless claim report in the U.S. helped fuel a sharp Bitcoin price increase. However, yesterday marked the official start of the second quarter, a common tax incentive for new or added capital in the alternative investments market. The release of the jobless claims report also came alongside the report of a near 50% increase in citizens receiving benefits, prompting migration of investment to what could possibly be deemed safe haven assets due to the data suggesting increasing, of course, the virus economic fears. This can be further supported by the significant rise in gold and commonly, futures in the last 48 hours. The status of, cover over time. So it is definitely very interesting just to see what we're witnessing happening. I've also got this Edge of Glory article. So the key Bitcoin indicator approaches a critical level. Bitcoin sideways trading that was first sparked by the rejection at 7,300 has extended through today with the cryptocurrency firmly caught within the upper 6,000 region as its bulls and bears both reach a firm impasse. In the near term, analysts are noting that the cryptocurrency could be on the edge of glory if it is able to surmount a key technical level, but firm releases may make bulls attempt to boost it. Futile sellers may also be bolstered by the recent EMA bear cross on the cryptocurrency's weekly chart formation that could force the crypto significantly lower and stifle any bullish undercurrents that may be established. Bitcoin caught within firm bout of consolidation as it pushes against key technical levels. That at the time of writing, Bitcoin is trading down under 1% at the crypto price of 6,730, which is around the price of which it has been trading for the past several days. The tightening range is currently caught within, appears to exist between 6,700 and 6,900, with BTC finding some support at the lower boundary and heavy resistance at the upper boundary. So, I mean, that is sort of what we're currently at. I mean, we're right smack dab in the middle of that with the 6,800. And I think that pretty much does, enunciate what we're seeing happening. Morgan co-founder, however, stays bullish on Bitcoin. Morgan Creed co-founder Jason Williams' bold Bitcoin forecast is quite bullish and calls, for a moonshot within a couple of months. He anticipates that the world's driving digital currency should turn in a fabulous performance in 2020, notwithstanding the economic strife that is shaken about the industry. Of course, the pandemic continues to spread its wings all around the world. The official of the virtual asset management firm says that he believes that the top digital currency will outperform its surpassed high of 20K in September. So it is definitely interesting to look at those different sentiments. But what I want to talk about is Holochain. I think that people get too wrapped up in blockchain, and I think that it is important right now to look on sale. People who speculate on stocks and so forth always talk about how the stocks are on sale, but the altcoins are on sale as well. And I think that it's important just to talk about where we're going to see the internet evolve. In particular, while we're seeing a lot of these different events happening on a global scale, more people are working online and depending on the internet. And I think that it's important to look at the philosophical concepts of the real implications of what we're going to see happening. And I think a more peer-to-peer, less decentralized vision of the internet is one that I'm a staunch advocate of, I would say. And it is interesting just to see how Holochain is, and I think that they do have a big potential and a leg up on the competition, especially while we see more people being interested in Bitcoin. Something like Holochain, just having that leverage on decentralization, I think, is going to be a key player and a key variable, especially while we see a lot of these different aspects really coming into their own in the short term, long term, and immediate term. So I think that as we watch all these different things, it is important as people who are interested in these things to have a diversified portfolio, and of course be able to work with what happens regardless of the what happens in the future. And I think that it's remains to be seen what will happen in the short term. But I want to read this article right here. Considering Bitcoin fell by nearly 50% during the single day in March, it may be easy to assume that interest in cryptocurrency is low. This would make sense for a multi-billion-dollar asset to lose half of its value within a day. Would normally send customers running for the hills. But when it comes to Bitcoin, that's sort of the nature of the beast, I would say. Demand in crypto assets is actually exploding. Data shared a crypto asset analyst at tech investment fund and research firm shows that relative Google search interest for the term Bitcoin is approaching all-time highs. In fact, which is something that I found. You look at something like that, the relative Google search interest for Bitcoin exploding, which definitely does tell you something about where cryptocurrency is headed from this point forward. But of course, remember, this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. Of course, I'm not your dad, not your financial advisor. Merely here sharing my opinion, which happens to be bullish, for just stacking those stats. And I think that Holochain does have a lot of potential. I think thinking beyond the limitations of blockchain is wise. I think it's foreshadowing of where we could see these things going. But at the same time, many people have different opinions, and I respect that. But of course, make sure that you guys comment down below and let me know what you think. Definitely share your perspectives. I always find it valuable. Let me know what part of the world you're tuning in from in the comments. It's always interesting to hear. I think we have a good community on here. Some of the smartest people I've made friends with on here who've told me some really interesting things. It's always interesting to see you guys making friends among yourselves. But that's it for now. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.